friends, and welcome back to Beloved Reviews. If you're new here on this channel, I share with you delightful, family-friendly, and faith-based movies and television shows. Happy Sunday, y'all. I hope you all had an amazing, relaxing, delightful, cozy weekend. I know for many of you out there, it probably went by a little bit too fast. Like for me, it really did, even though I didn't get a chance to do much of the relaxing part. But I am thankful for the moments that I had to kind of chill and read my Bible, meditate on scriptures, get on here, spend time with you all. We did a few reviews this weekend. Well, a couple of reviews this weekend. So it's been pretty fun and pretty chill in that aspect. I mean, when I get on here with y'all, I'm very relaxed. My soul is like, it's still, it's quiet. I'm in a good place. So this gives me energy. So I'm very excited to be hanging out with you all right now. And thank you all for joining me. And for all of you who support the channel, once again, thank you ever so much. I really do appreciate it. And y'all, please let me know in the comment section below how you doing, how you feeling, what are you up to? What are you watching? What are you streaming? Have you been to the theaters at all lately? Let me know if there's something that you have watched that was very encouraging or inspiring that really helped you draw closer to the Lord. I would love to hear about it. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started with our special feature today, which is titled Blessings in Disguise. Now, you can actually find this film streaming right now on Great American Pureflix, and this is a new feature. So y'all make sure y'all head over there and watch this because it just came out, all right? So we want to support. But first, let me tell y'all what this film is about. Katie, a driven New York fashion designer with only 3 weeks to develop a collection that could launch her brand to national prominence. Katie reconnects with Luke, her first love and now a gifted furniture designer and woodworker whose designs are rooted in craftsmanship, patience, and purpose. As their lives intertwine once more, the two discover that inspiration is not found in deadlines or demand, but in the timeless values of home, heritage, and hope. Now, friends, one of the things that really stood out to me that I have to make sure I say this before we even get into these characters' business and everything, okay, is it's something about faith-based films. It really is. Every time that I watch one, I am reminded of how much, like I have a hunger and a thirst for more of these stories. These stories do something different than the other stories that we talk about. Not that we can find the Lord and all of those feel good, wholesome, heartwarming stories. I do appreciate them very much, like thankful for them. But it's something special. It's something different when we come into a faith-based story. It is just different. It does something different to you. I mean, it brings about this peace that is indescribable. I can't even really explain it. You have to kind of just be there and watch it and set some time aside to dive into a faith-based story like this. Turn everything off. I mean, quiet the noise, quiet yourself, and truly just snuggle up against the Lord. And you will see how much He has to say to you, like how much He wants to encourage you, and like He is truly your biggest supporter. You will find all of these wonderful, heartwarming, cozy moments watching these types of films. And I was reminded of that even when the film first opened up and it started in the scene. I was just like, oh, it was so refreshing. I couldn't wait to tell you all about it. And I was so like, goodness, God, can we please get some more stories like this? Where are the stories like this purity, this wholesomeness that is like interwoven with so much scriptures, so many biblical principles that give you life. It truly, you feel like you're like rivers of living water are flowing through you and flowing out of you when you watch stuff like this. So I wanted to go ahead and put that out there because it is so important. And I just want to let you know, like, truly where my heart was watching this. But anyways, we meet Katie here. And Katie is like a fashion designer doing her thing, New York, big time. But she is from a small town, like homey, cozy, like countryside place. Well, I ain't gonna say countryside place, but it's quaint, it's cozy, it's small town charm, which you all know that I truly, truly adore. And this is the kind of town that she's from. And on top of that, this is like the cool part here, y'all. Okay, like her grandmother, the Lord, like she comes from a background way her family knows Jesus. Like her grandmother opened up like this shop. This is how Katie got into fashion through her grandmother. Her grandmother like taught herself how to sew, and she wanted, like, it was, to her, it wasn't about fashion, but it was about people. It was about serving people and helping people feel their best and giving them that connection, helping them to remember the Lord, even as they are dressing, as they are in style, and they're going about their day, knowing that the scriptures are interwoven into their garments, and how like precious that is. It made me truly, I was thinking about it before I got on here, that I really want to look up online and see if there is like a faith-based fashion designer out here who like have scriptures interwoven into t-shirts, your different garments, jeans, dresses, skirts, whatever. Because I'm like, it has to be out here, because we know there's nothing new under the sun. So it has to be some kind of line out here that focuses on scriptures and having them interwoven into our clothing, and having people pray over your things. It's such a beautiful thing. I'm like, oh, I would love to wear some of these like clothing here in this film. It is so like, it's so sweet, it's so wholesome. I know for the times that we're living in, people probably would refer to them as a little bit old-fashioned, out of touch. Like most people, at least the world, would not be like interested in it. But for those of us who love the Lord, who are about him, living for him, and want to put a smile on his face every day in all that we do, we will love this line. This line would be a treasure to us, and such a reminder, like even when we're going through things, to know you can look down at, like, say, your jacket or a t-shirt or something that you're wearing, and be reminded of the scripture. And it truly is like timeless, and certainly for the time that we're living in, to be reminded of him, like in all that we do and all that we wear, and have that pure, wholesome modesty, which is so appealing to me. It is so attractive. I feel like it makes us look even more beautiful to be adorned in these types of clothing here. So I love like Katie's line, where the line that her grandmother started a long time ago. And her grandma did such an amazing thing, like truly changed a lot of souls in her community. But she only went so far. She didn't get to go as far as I believe her vision and her dream, like she saw for herself. She didn't get to go as far as that, but she did instill a lot of those types of things, a lot of these treasures, these jewels, into Katie. And so there's so many flashbacks throughout the film where Katie is like sewing with her grandmother, and they're sharing in these moments of the scriptures and putting them into the garments and all these types of things. And somewhere along the line, I don't necessarily know what happened, and Katie is throughout the film trying to rediscover like this gift that she's been given, that she kind of took for granted. And somewhere along the line, she lost it, because she was so eager to get out of this quaint town of hers that she was born and raised in, and left everything behind, like literally everything, including, I believe, like her faith in a sense, to go to like somewhere like New York and want to be a part of this like high fashion and these different lines out there, and doing all the most. Really, Katie, doing the most. I have to put it out there. And sometimes, and we can relate to that. Sometimes a lot of us start out, and we see that when we look at a lot of different celebrities and we hear like the root of their story. A lot of them started in the church, started with this dream that God placed on their heart, and truly gave God all the praise and glory. And somewhere along the line, as they started to make money and got even more known in different things, like they forgot that part of who they are. Then you start to see even their art start to change. Now it's not about the Lord, it's about other things, certainly. And you know how far that can go. We see that a lot with different directors who started out with the Lord, making certain kind of faith-based films, and now they're making other types of films. We see that with actors, actresses, singers who started out one way and somehow forgot what it truly matters. And that is what is happening to Katie here. She didn't realize it happened. And I assume this is what happens to a lot of different people who kind of make it into Hollywood, is they do forget. And it happens so suddenly that they don't even realize it. And that's what happened to Katie here. So when she is brought back home, because she was truly humbled, she started to kind of fail and see that her line wasn't doing what she thought it was going to do. So she comes back home to try to get things together, maybe come up with this idea to get herself back out there doing the types of things that she would like to do. And when she comes back home, she rediscovers this gift and this treasure that her grandmother left behind. She goes back into the shop and starts to go through her grandmother's things and starts to remember what it truly was about. How did she even get this gift to begin with? Why did she even want it to become a fashion designer in the first place? And I love this journey of rediscovering of like hope all over again with Katie, but she does have different moments throughout the film, and I love the realisticness of this, that she breaks down, that she truly lashes out the frustrations, the heartache, the disappointment that she went through on this journey of becoming a fashion designer and feeling like a failure, feeling like she failed herself, that she failed Luke, her first love. She felt her mother and she felt her grandmother, and dealing with that guilt and the shame of it all. And it totally like connected with me here, because I felt like what she was feeling, because I know how it feels when you have a dream and you start out the right way and you have so many hopes and dreams and you feel like you can see it in your heart, like it's gonna go so far. And I had so many moments like that. I still have moments like that. And then along the journey, you don't see the stumbling blocks, the different kind of failures that you have along the way. And so many moments that you want to give up and you want to feel like, man, did I even hear from God right? Like, what am I doing? And everyone on outside on the sidelines is watching you, and you feeling like they like looking at you some kind of way, like, are you really doing what you say you're gonna do? And all these types of things. And then on top of that, you feel alone, because who is really helping you with this dream as far as a human being? No one is really like putting in the effort to work and trying to help you make this come to pass. And I understand that's how Katie was feeling, so alone out there in the midst of all of these types of things. And she's trying her best, putting her best foot forward to make it happen. And it seems like it's not happening. And when God brings her back home, and she's in her word again, she's reading her Bible, her mom plays a big role in this, helping her out in this way. I love the sweetness, the kind-heartedness of her mom. Her mom was so supportive, and just like, it just felt like it was it felt like you were just hugging Jesus and talking to Jesus when her mom came on the screen, because that's how sweet and kind and gentle and soft-spoken and gracious her mother was. I was like, oh God, I hope as I, move on and you grow, and you grow older or whatever, and you move into your twilight years, I'm like, God, I hope that that's how I see myself. The way Katie's mom is in this film, I want to be that. She's so sweet, so loving. You just feel like you just want to hug her and pour out your heart to her, because she's so precious and so amazing. And you just don't see women like that anymore, unfortunately. Not that they don't exist. We know that they out there, but it's like you don't really see that promoted out there as much as I feel like it should. So I feel like this was so refreshing to see a woman of God, a true woman of God, a mother here who was there for her child, who had one ear open to the Lord and guiding her daughter the best way that she could. And her mom was even going through her own journey of heartache and heartbreak and grief and loss, because she truly hadn't dealt with losing her own mother as well as her husband. So it was a lot different like subplots here going on that all connected the characters together and just blossomed this beautiful, wholesome story that just had me melting all over and having me like literally running back, opening my Bible and wanting to get even closer to Jesus. And I was like, these are the kind of stories we need. This is true filmmaking, true art that I love. And these kind of stories is what encouraged me to even get on YouTube to begin with, and wanted to share these types of stories and let everybody know and make people aware that there is something amazing out here that you can watch, that you can be encouraged and inspired by, that you can connect with, and that will lead you truly run into the arms of Jesus all over again. So I was truly blessed by Blessings in Disguise. It was so cute, amazing, heartwarming. It just had everything across the board for me. This is, if you want to know what Beloved, like her favorite kinds of films, this would be it. This had it all for me. The characters, the plot, the scriptures, the biblical principles, all of the wonderful things that made me fall in love with faith-based films to begin with, and gave me that passion that I was like, I have to share these types of stories with the world, not only like on here, but even as you can see, books. Like, these are the kind of stories that I write, that I share with people, and that I just want to bless the world with. Once again, this film is titled Blessings in Disguise. Of course, you're going to get a little bit of that love, like Luke and Katie's story. It left off in not the best of places. It left a lot of heartache behind. But to see them be given that second chance to do it right, to do it with Jesus, and to do it together was such a beautiful thing. But before I leave y'all for today, let's go ahead and get into the scripture. And we're coming out of Colossians, one of my favorite scriptures, a go-to scripture, definitely. And I'm like, oh, it's such a reminder of what it's all about. And we're coming out of Colossians 3:23 through 24. And it reads, and whatever you do, do it heartily as to the Lord and not to men, knowing that from the Lord you will receive the reward of the inheritance, for you serve the Lord Christ. So that's all I have for y'all for this video. As always, please remember to leave y'all thoughts, your prayers, your overall take in the comment section below. And until next time, may the Lord bless and keep you both now and forevermore.